All right, UTSA football, I guess post-practice wrap up here with Jerry Briggs, JJ Perez for Inside Runner Sports. Jerry, we just saw the UTSA football team finish about a 2-hour scrimmage. What are some of your initial thoughts on what you saw today?
Well, I liked the quarterback play. Both the leading contenders for the job, Cordell and DJ, both did some really nice things. I thought Cordell really had a kind of a nice command of what was going on out there, and a lot of playmakers on the perimeter and in the backfield. So, I mean, I think the offense really, might have some potential.
Yeah, it looked a little different than what we saw last year. It was no huddle, but it didn't seem very fast. So a lot different under first year OC Al Borges, but I think they were, efficient, they were consistent, and it looked like they're going to be able to run the ball, which was kind of my biggest question coming in, looking at that offensive line.
Well, I think they've got some big kids up front. They are young, but it looks like if Burford plays and Trey Shannon on the left side, that is a tough-looking left side of the offensive line, and those kids can both play. It looks like so. We'll see. Like I say, it was just a practice today, but that's a pretty good talented group up there.
One of the things that kind of concerned me a little bit was, especially with the first team offensive line, was pass protection. We saw, both quarterbacks having to scramble out of the pocket a little.
Breakdowns.
Yeah, but I think that's actually going to be a strength with both of these quarterbacks being able to be dual threat guys, don't you think?
It really, I think it really will be, because I was down on the field when Gillens broke out and scored his touchdown early in the game. I'm telling you, that guy coming at you full speed it is a pretty imposing. He's a pretty imposing figure out there. He's a really good-looking athlete, and I was telling somebody earlier, it looks like to me that they could win with either one of these guys.
Yeah, I think
they've got some talent. It's a work in progress for sure, but there's some possibilities.
I wanted to talk a little bit about the defense. We didn't see much hitting. Coach said it was a thud tempo. They weren't trying to get anybody hurt, which is smart. But it looks like that first team defense just kind of had their way with that second team offense, and they look like they could be dominating again, especially along that D line.
Boy, the middle looks good. Kevin, in the middle, and then I liked the way. Talaifa and Maruro played today. I mean, they were, there was no full contact hitting, but you could tell both those kids are agile and they can move, and I think they're going to be pretty good this year.
I guess the last thing here, Jerry, is just my biggest takeaway here is the defense is going to be good. The offense still has a lot of. They have some playmakers. We didn't see Tyke today.
Right.
We didn't see a lot of vertical passing, but it looks to be the makings of a consistent offense, which UTSA is trying to bounce back into bowl eligibility this year. It seems like Coach Wilson has the pendulum swinging upward here. Is that kind of how you feel after this fall camp?
Well, yeah, I really do. I mean, I think these kids are confident, and that's half the battle. Like I say, people may be rating this team, fairly low at the start of the preseason, but part of the battle is just giving your kids enough confidence to where they think they can go out there and do it, and we'll see. I mean, these kids seem like they feel like they can win some games, so we'll have to see.
Speaking of confidence, one last thing, Jerry. We were both talking about this earlier, but Brandon Garza, walk-on, got his scholarship awarded to him by the coaching staff here, and he posted a video on Twitter. I interviewed him. I'll have a video up. I saw you talking with him and his dad. Just it's a pretty special journey for him, coming from Houston, being a transfer, walking on here, and he actually traveled half the season last year. And he's an important guy. Not a lot of people think the last man down on the totem pole is that important, but pretty special day for him.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to ask Frank about that, but I was really happy for Brandon that he got that today. He has, like I say, you're a walk-on, and there's just no guarantee. And I always admire the walk-ons that come out here. They're really just kind of day-to-day players out here. as big as these guys are, as fast as they are, and you really have, like I say, there's no guarantees, and Brandon, has just kept his nose to the grindstone, so to speak, and he won himself a job. That's good for him.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here. Who do you think starts next week at Arizona?
Well, I think Cordell probably.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah, like I said, but I wouldn't rule out that both of them would play. I'm kind of thinking that both of them will play.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think Cordell looks like he's got some leadership skills out there. They seem to be pretty calm when he's out there, and he knows what to do. So I think he's probably the guy.
Both you and I go into Tempe next week. Any idea what to expect from Arizona State? I mean, Herm Edwards, I asked Frank the other day, he said they're kind of preparing for what they did before, and it's like, who knows what's going to happen out there, right?
Well, all I know is that, Herm Edwards is his first game. Manny Wilkins, their quarterback, beat the Roadrunners, engineered that rally in the second half to beat the Roadrunners here a few years ago. He's throwing to a really, really good wide receiver.
Frank mentioned maybe one of the best in the nation.
Second team preseason All-America by the AP, and so the UTSA defense will have their hands full out there with those guys, no doubt.
Yep. All right. Well, that'll wrap it up for UTSA fall practice. Game week next week. InsideRunnerSports.com. Check everything out for the latest. Thanks.